Talking about Governor Andy Beshear's political future today at Louisville Metro Hall, we asked prominent Kentucky Democrats what to make of the increase in national attention. It comes just a day after Beshear and other governors met with the president in person. Isaiah Kim Martinez has been following this and has more for us. So Isaiah, what can you tell us about Beshear's trip to the nation's capital?
Well, Connie, of course, it got a lot of attention. I talked to folks, excuse me for that alarm there. I talked to folks with knowledge on the meeting who say it was a group of Democratic governors who wanted a chance to discuss the fallout from that debate last week and how President Biden is doing. I'm told Biden assured them he'll be making more public appearances in the coming days without a teleprompter to ease any concerns. And turns out that's exactly what Kentucky's governor has called for. Your thoughts on him being there with the president yesterday?
I think Andy has a lot of good advice to offer.
Talking one-on-one with former Congressman John Yarmouth of Louisville about a man he's known for years. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, the 46-year-old's political future seeing increased national attention in recent days. Have you talked with the governor in the last week or so? These talks about him being put into the presidential race, maybe VP. Your thoughts on his name being talked?
I haven't talked to him in the last week. I've talked to him before about it. I think it's flattering to him and to Kentucky.
Beshear is fresh off a trip to Washington, D.C., sitting amongst other Democratic governors to hear directly from President Joe Biden himself. It's exactly what Beshear publicly suggested in an interview with CNN's Pamela Brown, a Kentuckian herself, earlier this week.
Well, I think the governors just want a direct and candid conversation with the president. We want to make sure he's doing okay. We all know him. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with asking the president to talk to the American people a little bit more about his health or that debate performance.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
In Louisville Thursday, after a celebratory Declaration of Independence reading, I asked prominent Kentucky Democrats what's next after what's been called a disastrous debate performance by the president last week. Congressman Morgan McGarvey.
And we've got to make sure that that doesn't continue going forward, that we're in the best spot to win in November.
Have you talked with the governor since last night? I know he's been...
I haven't talked to Andy since last night, so...
Where's his head at, based on conversations you've had? I mean, his name is being floated out there. Is that a long shot? Is that a pipe dream, or is that reality, potentially?
You know what? I think Governor Beshear has an amazing record.
Do you think he'd consider it?
Oh, I think he'd have to. He's too young to retire.
Too young to retire, he says. I've asked for a statement about the governor's takeaways from that meeting with Biden, but so far I've not heard back from his former campaign manager. Now, Beshear did tell reporters earlier this week he's not going to speculate about a national run. And remember, since being reelected, he's routinely committed to completing his second term as governor. Connie.
All right, Isaiah, thank you. And while Beshear has been trending as a candidate to potentially replace Joe Biden on the presidential ticket or join the ticket with someone else as a VP, a new Reuters poll is putting things into perspective. 70% of Democrats polled said they had never even heard of Governor Beshear. The poll conducted by Reuters asked a little over 1,000 Americans about the presidential election and whether Joe Biden should drop out from the race. 1 in 3 Democrats think Biden should quit the race. And despite not knowing who Beshear was, some 36% of Americans said they would vote for him instead of Trump.